What is going on, guys? TVM here. Welcome to the World Cup A Road to Glory episode 4. I do apologise, it's taken me a lot longer than I thought and wanted to get this episode out. There's a few reasons behind it. We'll talk about those in a second. First game is going to be, I believe, our... I'll try and look to see where I can see it. I think this is our second game in the group, and then the next game will be the final game of the group before we have to go into another group. Spoiler alert, we don't do very well. I get absolutely smashed in the face by this guy. I mean, he was really good. And that's one of the issues that I'm having with this Road to Glory right now and in the World Cup mode in general. So I'm going to take this episode, or at least the first half of it, to talk about what my feelings are toward the World Cup mode. Everybody before it launched was super excited about it, and I was saying, and you can go and look at my Twitter if you want, there's evidence on there of it, everyone's excited about this World Cup mode until a week after it comes out and everybody's packed everybody and no one cares anymore. And that's exactly what's happened, because EA have done what they did in 14 and they made it far too easy to pack players, thus killing the game mode and also killing Standard Ultimate Team in the process as well. Today is Team of the Week day, and they haven't released a Team of the Week. They've released 4 of the worst SBCs I think I've ever seen in a FIFA, and that's saying something because they release some trash along the way, don't they? Now, I'm not one to complain usually. I tend to give EA props where they do, but unfortunately with this World Cup mode, they've kind of shot themselves in the foot. On my other account, even on this account, I have packed some amazing things in a short space of time with very little money spent. And even though that's great, it's also damaging because I've packed so many great things that I don't care anymore. What am I building towards? With this team, to be fair, I still have a long way to go. My defence is far from finished, and I can't seem to string wins together right now. I can score goals, as you can see, we've scored 3 away from home, but I can't stop conceding them. I've conceded 6 in that game. That guy had a much better team than me, but that's not the point. I should be winning games like that. If I can score 3 goals against my opponent, I should be winning games, and unfortunately I'm not. We got a 1-player pack, of course, for finishing the game. Going to open that right now. I've got a few packs to open live at the end of this episode, so stick around for that. But in this instance, of course, we did manage to pack Vincent Kompany, of all people. That is a very good pull from a 1-player pack. I wasn't expecting that whatsoever, but that's kind of my point. I could quite literally have packed any player in the game there, including the lower rated ones, and I've packed an 84 rated card. In another 1-player pack, you saw it, I packed Luis Suarez, a 91 rated card. It's too easy to pack players, and they've just shot themselves in the foot with it. And it's kind of one of the reasons why I'm struggling with regards to getting results as well. On my normal account, if I was to do a review of a player in World Cup mode, which unfortunately no one really cares about because everybody's got the players that you're going out to review, it's not that difficult to get a result because I have a super team. You know, I've spent 100, 150k on it, and I have a great team. But when it comes to this account, I don't have a great team, but everybody else does, so I am struggling. I'm not moaning because I'm losing games. I quite like the grind of that aspect. Not that you guys like to see me lose games, but it's interesting to see me grind through it rather than just have the team that everybody else has and then able to win games left, right and centre. In this instance, we weren't doing too well, actually. 3-2 down in the final moments of the game, and then unfortunately added pressure. I was all out attack. My defending was all over the place. I couldn't get it clear, and we lose 4-2. Thus, putting us back into the group stages. So we were knocked out, forfeited the tournament, got a pack for that game, of course, but nothing for not going through. And this is a brand new tournament. I should have showed you the league table, but I forgot to do so. I was a bit frustrated at that point, to be fair. Plus, this is recorded over about 2 or 3 days worth. I played a game here or there. I've just got no desire. That was a rage quit on his part, by the way, so we did get a win. But I've got very little desire, not no desire, very little desire to play the game right now. I mean, look at that team right there. That guy, what's he playing for? He's got a complete side. He's quite literally just looking for icons in packs, which is highly unlikely unless they release the SBCs, which they probably should have done by now. They should definitely have released SBCs in a way, because I think it would mean that people would still be opening packs and people would still be excited to pack certain things because they would have used an awful lot of them in SBCs. But for right now, no one really cares about doing SBCs because they've already got everyone anyway. But it is what it is. We're 2-0 down in this one. 32 minutes on the clock. We're now 3-0 down. The reason we're 3-0 down is because every single shot this guy had went in. There was nothing I could do. He was a much better player than I was. I'd have some sustained pressure, but then one attack and I'm down. So we are in second, up against our final opponent. I thought 3 points would definitely be enough in this instance. Our goal difference was -2, but if we could win the next game, their goal difference was -1 each. We would be fine. We would go through. However, a point may or may not have been enough depending on what our final opponent, which is this guy, would have done in his final game. So a point may have been enough. I was playing for the win, of course, but we go 1-0 down, and unfortunately we go 2-0 down in 42 minutes. Something needed to change. I took Lionel Messi off, and I brought on Raheem Sterling. Whether I did that yet, I'm not quite sure. I think I did. And I've started Luis Suarez instead of Sergio Aguero. I was going to say Diego Costa. We're 2-1 down, 90th minute. This was the final attack of the game, and Piszczek has levelled things up to earn us a point. Or so I thought, because unfortunately, still in the 90th minute, we are past the 2 minutes played. I can't really complain about it though, because in real life they would continue because the ball wasn't in a dead area, and we miss out. And guess what? That 1 point I was talking about would have been enough to go through, because Montpellier would have finished on 2 points, we would have finished on 4, and we would have gone through, thus earning ourselves an extra 2 packs. Unfortunately, we didn't. We get knocked out. We have to go again, but we do have some money to spend on packs. I say money, of course. What I do mean is we have 4 one-player packs to open, and then I may have enough to open a 7.5 pack if we can discard enough from the pack or 2 that I have available on Standard Ultimate Team. So without any further ado, let's do these 4 player packs live and see if we can get something decent. Probably not going to get 1 board in any of these, but players will come in handy for those SBCs. Bakayoko is actually a sensational pull. That's a really, really good card to get. I'll take that. Definitely will take that. Next player, if we can get a board, that'd be pretty damn good. We need defenders at this point. Right, we've got a board. Happy days. We need defenders. I don't care who they are. Spanish CDM. It's not going to be Busquets, of course. It is going to be Illarramendi, who won't work in our team whatsoever now, especially as we've got Bakayoko. There is quite literally no point. If we can get a decent European centre-back, I may consider getting rid of Miranda, or rather just putting him on the bench. I also need a different goalkeeper, because that at the moment is not helping, because we don't have any chemistry whatsoever to Navas. We get left mid Sigurdsson. That is the kind of thing you'd expect to get from a one-player pack, and that is what the pack luck realistically kind of half should be about, really. It should be more likely to pack those than anything else, but we've managed to get 1 board out of 4. There's me saying pack luck is great, and then we get ourselves utter trash bags. That Caraba, not a player that I'm going to use, but that's the kind of thing I would have expected from those. Right, I've got 6,100 coins available. Of course, we do now need to go and try and discard 1,500 coins worth of coins from those packs. I'm going to have to go and see whether I can do that. So we only had the 1 pack to open, and we don't get a board or anything, so I'm just going to discard this and go back on the World Cup mode. So with a spot of luck, we managed to get enough to open up a 7.5k pack. I didn't expect to be able to do that, actually. We got 100 coins more than what we needed. I would be tempted to save the money and wait until we can do an offline draft, because the rewards for offline drafts are decent. But in the interest of getting something that we can actually use to progress through the groups, I'm going to open a 7.5k pack right now. Please, please give me a centre-back or a goalkeeper. Oh my god. See, banging on about pack luck through a microphone has not helped me whatsoever, because EA have looked at it and gone, do you know what? Screw this guy. We're not going to give him anything good. We do get a centre-back, and we do get Aguila, and we get Corchia as well, but none of them are going to be useful. We do get a 7.5 pack to open in Standard Ultimate Team. Praying for a blue in this pack, because that would give us a lot of money to spend, but unfortunately not even a board. Brilliant. In fact, the player is going to be... who is it? Who is it? Is it... Oh, Giroud. Okay, we might get something for him. I'll go see how much he's going for. So as you can see, we managed to discard the rest of the pack for about 650, something like that. So we've got 700 coins. We do have Olivier Giroud up for about 1,800 to 2,000 coins. Hopefully he can sell soon. Just in case you haven't seen them for whatever reason, these are the new SBCs. We may go for one of them, but it's unlikely that we're going to ever have enough. So this James Rodriguez would fit into the team very, very well. But if we go into it, you need 11 Colombian players and an 80 overall team. That is mental. First off, if you have 11 Colombian players that come to a minimum of 80 rated, generally speaking, you're probably going to have James anyway, because you need to open a lot of packs to achieve that. If you don't have it, then you can't do it. I'm not going to go and open packs to try and find Colombian players just so that I can try and do this. It doesn't really make an awful lot of sense. Let me see how many Colombian players. I don't understand why you need to do this. Let me see how many Colombian players. South America, please. We have two. We have Martinez, who I don't want, and Murillo, who I also probably don't want. So I would need to go find 9 Colombian players to get James Rodriguez, and I'd need to keep that rating up, which is unlikely. No one's going to want Shinji Kagawa. Lewandowski would be brilliant, but it's exactly the same situation as James Rodriguez. And of course, Mane, who would be good and isn't too bad on the rating, but you need 11 Senegalese players, and I just don't see anyone doing it. I just don't see the point. But it is what it is. I'm not quite sure whether we're gonna have enough to do an upgrade. I am tempted to do a South American or maybe a European. I think I would be tempted to do a European upgrade. Would I? If I could do it, I might do a European upgrade. I kind of want to turn my defense European. The question is, of course, have I got anywhere near enough players to do this? I don't want him. Don't want Caraba. Don't want Aguilar. I don't want Martinez. Don't want Pereira. Don't want Ramirez. Not going to be using any of these teams. I'll keep Kochia, Nabri, keep Murillo for now. Don't want Salvio. Not a bad little player, but I don't necessarily want him. Tell you what I might do. I might take out Miranda, and I might use Company and Cahill as my defence, but I don't have a European goalkeeper. I don't need Ziznak, do I? I mean, I don't want to get rid of him because he's my buddy, he's my friend, but I am going to get rid of him. And if I can get the chemistry, there we go. Right, European. Does it make sense to do it? I'm looking for a European goalkeeper, so in a way, yes, it does. If I can get a European goalkeeper, we can switch out the defence and get a lot more chemistry. The only problem with that is, of course, we don't have Miranda, but it is what it is. Let's get this European SBC pack opened, the upgrade, and see if we can get ourselves a goalkeeper. A really nice centre-back and a goalkeeper would be bliss. Let's hope for boards, first of which, because I have opened one of these without boards once. We get boards, I'll take it. 2 rare or decent players in there potentially. Portuguese right mid. I knew it wasn't going to be Ronaldo, so I'm not too bothered by that. Quaresma, don't need that at all, but that doesn't mean that there isn't a goalkeeper in here. Let's pray for some rubbish 81 Spaniard goalkeeper or something. We get Shaqiri, which is interesting because I've just tweeted about him, and we get Wagner as well. Those are 3 fairly useless players, although Quaresma does have 5-star skills, so he may be interested to bring on from the bench, but apart from that, we have pretty much just wasted 11 cards. I should have maybe put it into the South American, but then again, hindsight is a wonderful thing. Let's go back into the active squad. And I mean, we have an effect. I mean, I can put Company in there and get. Do we get more chemistry? Yes, exactly the same as what it was. So it's not like we get more chemistry by using Company from what we did with Miranda anyway. I could take Company out of there, in the interest of chemistry, and I could play Cahill, which gives us an 80 chemistry team. You can't see it, but we've got 80 chem. Maybe that makes a difference. Maybe it doesn't. We need to change the goalkeeper. Ultimately, we need a goalkeeper, and it's very, very frustrating. I think that should be an SBC, a position. So you could go for a goalkeeper upgrade, a defender upgrade, midfielder, or attacker. You should be able to put players in and get some, like one position in particular out, because you can't go buy them, so it just makes sense. But either way, that's going to do it for this episode, of the Road to Glory. I'm sorry if there was a lot of talking and not an awful lot of me doing anything else, but For the next episode, I think I may go and play some single player, just chuck it on beginner, try and go through and see if we can get some decent packs together, because at the moment we really do need to improve on the defence and the goalkeeper before we can do anything in this game, because other people's teams are just insane. So hopefully we can do that, and we'll see where we are, and then we'll try and go through again and qualify and try and see if we can get as far as we can within the knockout stage. Are you still enjoying World Cup mode? That is the question. I feel very deflated when it comes to the World Cup mode right now. So let me know whether you're still enjoying it, whether you're still playing it. If you have enjoyed the video, smack the like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and until the next time, goodbye.